Aquarius, thanks for stopping by. This is Mary with Sayre Seer. This is for July 2019, the retrograde and the eclipses. Energy update. So Aquarius, we gotta talk. Or I'll talk. This is the past and present to, from the past to the present, from the present to the future, okay? I love Aquariuses. They're so inspiring and lighthearted on the outside. So the Fool card reverse, Major Arcana, 0, beginning. So recently, I don't know how recent, but this is the past to the future. You set out on a path, but we're wondering, and this is the question, was it too big of a risk, too big of a jump? Do you think you were ready for that? Do you question whether you were actually ready for that step? That maybe you thought you could do it, but couldn't commit all the way? Too big, too far, too wide. Excuse me. All right, allergies. Anyway, so then we have the Page of Pentacles. Let me go over here. No, I'm going to go right here. Sorry. So, you jumped off. You wanted to do, you had this project. You had this thing you stepped off you wanted to take care of. Whether it was a relationship or a business or, a new way of living. A new journey. Okay? And you saw yourself. You wanted to build this thing. You wanted this abundance. You wanted this to create something tangible. Page of Pentacles. You wanted to go down the right path. You wanted to make a good decision. And you were inspired. You took the initiative. You had the passion. But then kind of procrastinated doing it. And basically you're being told here that the window is closing. And for some reason, this reading is making my allergies go crazy. It's really bizarre. I'm not sure what's going on with you, but woo! Okay, so here's the thing, Aquarius. Medicine Mother right here. This is your guidance, spiritual guidance. She's saying, you need to move now. You need to make the change now. The change you've been wanting to do, the thing you've been putting off. Honor your inner knowing. Honor this part of you that's saying, it's time. It's time to make the change. It's time to face that. It's time to do that work you've been putting off. You've been avoiding. You've been acting like you're going to do. And that you have this project, but you really know. You really know that you weren't going to do it. I don't know where that came from, but it just came out. So this could be you. It could be someone you're dealing with. All or part of this may resonate. Okay? So I had to throw that in there. So now we're moving into the future. From the present to the future. Okay. 4 of Pentacles. You want to build this, but you're insecure. This is not being built because of the insecurity. Okay? You doubt yourself. And you know what? You feel like that you're up against systems or people that you can't change. You're hitting a wall. Okay? The Hunter here is asking you to track down your fears and desires. Because there's always a way to get to where you want to be. You know that. You know that. But you have to get prepared. You have to face the things you don't want to face. Not just give up because you played it out in your head or you tried a little bit. Sorry, I don't know where that's coming from either. It's just a message. Okay. No judgment, It's just a message. Okay, so Aquarius, on the other side of this fear that you have is your greatest desires and ambition, and the thing you want most of all. You've always wanted, but procrastinated going towards. It's time. There's two of these. Call to action. Two different cards. It's time to track down your fears and your desires. Because through facing your fears, you'll discover more of your desires. Sorry about that. My computer made a noise. So, you have the strength to do this. You have the strength to be who you want to be, who you've always dreamed of. You are the star. You are inspiration. I mean, it's like you can make anything happen. You're the wish come true. You're the star. You can create the happy life, the abundance, the celebrations that you've been wanting to create. But you can create it while you face your fears, while you're building the life you want to build, and while you're inspiring others, not avoiding them. That same path isn't going to work anymore. It's time to face and do the work that you've been putting off. It's time. Because we need your inspiration, Aquarius. We need you to face your fears. We need you to get on board. Okay, so I'm going to get a couple of advice cards from Diamante deck. I'm not giving you a lot of extra because you know, super intelligent. You're like the genius. You know what I'm saying. You know what you need to do. Okay. Start facing it in your head first, okay? In your thoughts. And you'll be more prepared. You know. Don't think about what the worst that can happen. It's already happened. Think about what's the best that could happen. Because you know what? I know you deserve it. I know, Aquarius. Okay, here we go. I communicate with compassion. I honor animals with reverence. Okay. This reminds me to slow down and find grounding. We got pentacles here. 3 cards of pentacles. Okay. That's grounding. That's slowing down. That's a slow and steady. Doing the work that you know you need to do. Okay. Practice things in your head. Settle in. If you want this life, and I know you do, you can do this. Communicate with people with compassion. It's not just about your story. It's about everybody's story. Okay? It's about connecting on a human, emotional level. I know that's not easy, but the rewards are incredible. You've got 1 cup, but this is a desire. And it's a beautiful thing when you can open your heart and start sharing and giving from your heart space. I honor animals with reverence. All life deserves reverence, respect. Just because they can't speak doesn't mean they're not important. And I'm not saying that you assume that, okay? But because, so sorry, there's my throat again. So sorry. All life needs to be honored. All lives should be considered with compassion. And, you know, animals, so communicate with compassion. And you probably know this because you're, like, super intelligent. That animals don't communicate with words, but they communicate with emotion. You know, they communicate with actions, but they communicate with emotion. If you watch animals, and they're all emotion, they're just pure. Pure. So, just take a breath, do the work, face your stuff. You know, this is your time to be set free. It's your time to learn how incredibly amazing you are and how you deserve to hear your own, to discover all the parts of you that you've been keeping separated. All the parts of you that together is unstoppable. So my thoughts are with you. Take care.